When I was a little kid, the two things I loved most in life were NES and games. So naturally, when Monster of Monsters came out, it was like a dream come true. Well, almost. To sum it up, most of the games revolved around getting through very repetitive outer space levels while smashing up tanks and jets, and then fighting against Godzilla's monster enemies. Overall, it was pretty mediocre, but back then I didn't care. When I got the game as a present for my 10th birthday, I played it night and day as much as I could. Unfortunately, I had traded the game for some stupid thing called Action 52, much to my regret when I found out what the game was like. Recently, I had bought a new NES system, and through a lot of hunting and asking around, my friend Billy finally managed to find a copy of Godzilla Monster of Monsters. I was pumped to play my favorite childhood game. It never ever occurred to me to ask where Billy found it. So I started the game. There's something very, very wrong with this game, and I still don't know how to explain it. Some people laugh at me for playing Action 52. I've never had much enjoyment for Action 52. I had forgotten how quick the fun of smashing things as Godzilla wore off in the scrolling levels. The game bombards you with bullets and things crashing into you from every direction, and you're too big to avoid most of them. Although my last excitement had worn down some, it wasn't long at all before I got to my first boss battle. My first opponent was Ghidorah, an obscure squid kaiju who had never been in the Godzilla movies. The most annoying thing about fighting Ghidorah is that once he started smacking me, he never stopped. This move doesn't do any damage, but it can stall you until the timer runs out and you have to start the fight over, and he regains some health. It's as annoying as it sounds, and of course, he did it when I fought him. So then, it was on to the next planet, Mars. I browsed around the board and found something unexpected. Where Varen's piece should have been, there was instead a piece representing red. There was only 10 kaiju in the game, and red is not one of them. Or so I thought. Perhaps red was originally intended to be in the game, but was swapped out with Varen for some reason? So I began to feel dread. Not only was I playing my favorite game, but I was playing a prototype of some sort of a new monster. Needless to say, I ran through the levels as fast as I could to see Titanosaurus in action. I fought Ghidorah again and beat him before he could do his tentacle smack. Mogiro was twice the size he should have been, which startled me. He was also considerably harder to beat than usual, which is to say, not at all. But soon as I had defeated him, and when he died, yet another glitch happened. But what had happened was that the giant Mogiro sprites started to shatter and melt. Also, if you looked at the garbled text at the right corner of the screen, you would notice what appeared to be a bird in a cage. I still had no idea what that meant. At this point, I was about to fight Red. How would I be able to fight something that can kill me with one touch? It seemed totally impossible. I thought this was kinda cool. After a very fun fight with the monster that wasn't supposed to be in the game, I took over the enemy base and proceeded not to Jupiter like normal, but instead to
exoplanet A21268140. Alright, listen, guys at NASA or whatever, I know you named them like this so you can find them later or catalog them easier, but these names sound more like phone numbers.